But I wanted to go back to Jack, and I wanted to go back to your experience of when you had the stroke, Neil, because Jack, you were only young when this happened. So do you remember what the medical professionals told you about your dad's condition? How much of that did you understand at the time? I mean, you were only 12.
So
So
yeah, I was 12 at the time, and I'd heard of a stroke before. I certainly didn't know the severity of what it would be. So we were on the Isle of Arran at the time, and I remember, as my dad said, he had the stroke when he was driving. So fortunately, there was no physical impact because we were going through country roads, etc. And then I think we went to Arran doesn't have a hospital, so I think we went to the GP, and I'm fairly sure that the person who saw us would have known it was a stroke, but they weren't able to confirm it. So they said it could be a number of things. We need to send your dad off to the mainland to get tested. So we stayed overnight, and then we got the ferry, I believe, to the hospital in the west of Scotland. And then I remember my mum coming out of the consultant's room in tears saying he's had an acute stroke. And other than that, my memory's really foggy. I remember going back to school with dad being in the hospital for a week or so. And I think, my mum was just so stressed with dad having a stroke, but B, like, he was the CEO of this big company, so trying to figure out with the employees who's doing what and what to do. So I just remember being an incredibly stressful time for the whole family. I think Sam, who was 3 at the time, was blissfully ignorant. He had no idea what was going on, and my little sister had a bit of an idea. So yeah, not the best family holiday we've ever had, by any stretch of the imagination.